Hi there and welcome to this video about while loops. Now a while loop is a type of loop which is dependent upon a condition, which means it will execute a set of instructions more than once dependent upon a particular condition being true. Now let's take as an example a situation where I need to deal out some cards. Now I've got a full deck of cards here, but let's say the first instruction in my program was to select a random number of cards, and I don't know how many that's going to be. So let's say I just select a little sort of chunk of cards off the top here. So I've done that, and I'm going to discard the rest of these. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal out these cards to Georgia and Bob. Now I'm going to do that while I still have cards left. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do before I can even get into my loop is, do I have cards? So yes, I do. So I can deal a card. Okay, and I'm going to continue to do that whilst I still have cards. So while I still have cards, yeah, I'm dealing them out. So still have cards, if you like, equals true. So I continue to do this and I deal out a card to each player, and I continue because I still have cards, and then I get to, here we go, the last card, and at this point me still having cards is now false, and so I stop, because the condition for me to continue doing it was that I still have cards to deal. In this case that's now false, and so I stop. So that's like a while loop. So a while loop is also called a conditional loop, sometimes called a non-fixed loop, meaning that we don't know how many times it's going to run before we start. Okay, it's called a conditional loop because it's based upon a condition. And also within the realms of it being a conditional loop, it's sometimes called a pre-check loop, meaning that we will check the particular condition before we actually start the loop. So in this case, I checked that I did have cards to deal before I started dealing the cards. Okay, so that's a while loop.